chapter 323, Raw Spoilers. The chapter starts out with a flashback of the students at the principal's office just before they went after Deku. Yuta remembers the principal's words about showing everyone how effective the UA barrier is, but he thinks that if they can bring Midoriya back peacefully, that will be enough to calm the civilians. Nezu disagrees, saying that it's not enough. Deku is currently the hero's trump card, so protecting him without proper security measures would be risky. After Tartarus was invaded, Nezu made some improvements to the school's security system. Now the UA barrier is not only a barrier, it makes UA move. The campus has been divided into several smaller areas, and all of them are connected to engine transportation devices. As soon as any sign of invasion is detected, all these areas will be transported to an underground shelter, and from there they can take various routes all across Japan. Kaminari says that this sounds like something straight out of a robot anime, and Nezu goes on to explain it furthermore. The underground of the whole area surrounding UA has been covered with 3,000 layers of fortified metal plates. Any abnormalities detected in at least one of them will activate the security system and the transportation devices. In addition, the plates also serve to delay any villains trying to attack, giving students and civilians time to get to the underground shelter. Other hero schools have also reinforced their security systems and are connected by these underground routes like Shiketsu. Tokuyami comments that this whole deal with the metal plates seems too specifically made to deal with Shigaraki's decay, and asks why the principal had already started to plan this plan back at the culture festival. He jokes that he likes to spend money, but then explains that he's very cautious. Even these small steps that may seem illogical at first can be essential for walking down difficult paths. Cut back to the present with the civilians refusing to let Deku in. Deku's mother, Bakugo's mother, Jiro's parents, Eri in the dorms with Class B, and Koda with Mandalay are shown, all of them very concerned. Number 13 comments that some people were convinced by Nezu's speech, but most of them weren't. Junus interrupts Mike, shouting, and starts talking to the civilians, explaining that they tried to use Deku to attract the villains and it didn't work. He says that even though Deku is Shigaraki's target, he is also the hero's greatest weapon. He understands that this is not the ideal situation, but say it's the best they can do and asks them to let Midoriya come in. The civilians seem to get even angrier, saying that the country is only in such chaos because the heroes have failed, and now because they failed again. But they want to force the civilians to take the risk. While they're yelling, Uraraka takes Mike's megaphone, uses her quirk on herself, and float over the protesters, going straight to the UA's rooftops. Uraraka begins her speech by saying that Deku does indeed have a special power. The civilians respond by saying that this is exactly why he can't stay in UA. But Uraraka says that Deku himself thought this way. He tried to walk away so desperately that one of them had to take back. She continues, asking the civilians to take a good look at how Deku looks after taking all this burden by himself and leaving. There are some panels emphasizing his claw-like hands and feet, and some civilians gasping as they look at him. Uraraka says that Deku is the one who wants to do something to change the current state of things the most, and that he kept moving for other people's sake, even though he knew he could be attacked at any moment. At this moment, the giant woman Deku saved in chapter 310 appears and recognizes him. Okay, so I think they're talking about like the furry tall woman, remember? Yeah, that one. Uraraka continues her speech saying that having a special power doesn't make Deku special. Bakugo then appears on Deku's side, saying that civilians desperately rioting even while ignoring the security system is an example of what he told him last chapter, of something Deku himself can't handle by himself and needs to leave it to them. It cuts to an internal monologue from Nezu, acknowledging that taking the first step is always hard. However, he thinks that this step in specific would lead to the birth of a hero who would surpass even All Might. End of chapter. The last panel is Uraraka screaming in the rain. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here, but I like how Class 1A is helping Deku. I like Uraraka's speech and like her defending him. Like that's what he really needs right now. He also needs a bath, but going back to the chapter spoilers that I just read, well, I also like how Bakugo is like another character that is there to support him now. Support characters, am I right? But yeah, uh, previous chapter when Bakugo apologized to Deku, I was wondering, like, what's next for his character arc? Now that he's done being his rival, his bully, you know, his childhood friend. Well, he's still his childhood friend, but I feel like now he's going to be more of a support character. But anyway, tell me what you think about the chapter in the comments down below, and I hope you like this video. Bye!